and flow is a combo of anything and everything. Let's just start shifting our weight left to right through our feet. Just a shift left to right, and I'm adding a little hip movement. And I'm picking up the whole of my foot, not just the heel or the toes. It's just this little shift, side to side. And now add a little push, step, push with a hip, step, push, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now step it in and hips only, hips moving left to right. The feet can help support and soak in the knees, but let the hips do all the moving. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now step it a little wider and still moving the hips, but now shifting your weight from the heels. So we're adding a little bit of heel raise. Left to right, moving through the hips. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and add some big hip circles. Forward and around and back. Now when the hips move forward, try not to crunch into your lower back, so it's not one of these weird, it's just a little shift. Forward and around and back. Reverse direction, going around and the other way. Soften the knees if the hamstrings are feeling too tight. 3, and 2, and 1. Bring it in. Now, straight leg tick-tock, left to right. As you can tell, we're doing a lot of prep work around the hips and a little bit around the belly, but mostly it's this hip connection that we're looking for. 4, 3, 2. Now, keep the feet nice and wide, but lift up the left heel, bend the left knee, and it's a little hip bounce. You can put your hands on your hips if that makes you kind of connect more into the hips, or you can take the arms out or up, have a little fun. And you're pushing into the left ball of the foot to lift up that left hip, using a bit of oblique to support and help. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and lean switch. So the right heel is lifted, the right knee is bent, and we still move the hips kind of left to right, but there's a little lift. And we're pushing into the right foot, the ball of the foot, to help that right hip lift up and down. The hands can do whatever they want. You can get a little sassy. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it back down. This time, point the toes away. Open external rotation of the thigh. And we're gonna lean into that bent knee just a few times. Don't put a whole lot of pressure. This is more about creating this awareness through the hips and the core and checking out range of motion for that knee. Now we're gonna add a little extra. We're gonna lean to the side, bring it up, and lean to the front. Side, front, and side. And so I'll show you this view, same leg. All I'm doing is leaning forward and to the back, to the side, forward, and I'm not letting my heel touch the ground. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep it out to the side, add a little hip bounce. Again, find your sassy if you want, or your silly, because silly is really good. And 5, 4, 3, 2, release the heel down. Lean into the heel, lift up the toes, and bend the right knee. And we're just leaning forward and back, pushing off that left heel. 4, 3, 2, and toes forward. Point the right toes to the right. Lift up that heel and knee, and we bend into that knee. Just a little pulse. And notice I'm not really letting my knee go beyond the toes. I'm staying nice and strong and stable. The exhale to give us a little extra oomph when we need it. Now let's add the extra step. It's side, front, side, front. And if you want to make it smaller, you can. This leaning in makes our body work a little harder, and it kind of makes your core a little bit more aware of balance and where you are in space. Forward, side, forward, whoop, side. And your arms can do whatever they want to help support, to make sure you don't fall over. Side, forward. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, last one forward. Bring it back to the side and add that little hip bounce. And it looks silly, and I want it to be silly. This is about creating a movement that doesn't fit the daily norm. And we bring it in, the heel down, lift up the toes. Just a little rocking the weight on the heel and the left foot. We're gonna now add more body parts, so stay with me for 3, 2, and 1. Toes forward, step it in. Lock the arms, shoulder blades down and back, and our lock and load wiggles. Lock and load wiggles, we stay nice and tall. Feel like our ribs are hugging in. Breathe as silly as you want, but please, whatever you do, keep breathing. Shoulder blades down, lock and load. And now relax it. Let the knees bend and add a little lean left to right. Notice how far you can lean before you have to adjust so you don't fall over. Relax the ankles, the knees are just doing a little wobble, left to right. Now step the feet a little out. Go for a little bit more of a traditional twist where one leg does the internal, external rotation. Shifting your weight left to right. Get those wiggles in. Now start to add some layers, going up and down and up. You can even add a single leg balance as you go up and to the side. Sorry, that was me not trying to sing, it was me trying not to fall over. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and step it in. It's our lock and load again, but not with the arms, elbows wide. So it's still this really tight wiggle, but keeping your elbows at shoulder height. Wiggle and wobble left to right. Go as fast as you can. Pretend you're speed racing with someone maybe, if you want a little extra oomph behind it. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and lock and load the arms and go smaller, but as fast as you can. Race it, fast, fast, fast. Go, 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 go. Wiggle, 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 go, 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 go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, relax it out again. And now we're gonna add even more with the feet. Go on the top of the foot. Don't put a lot of weight on it, but get onto the top of the foot and heel it out. Do it with just the right leg. Heel it in, toe it up. Keeping that standing leg slightly bent so you can get onto the top of the foot of the right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we switch. Getting onto the top of the foot, being mindful of how much weight the top of the foot can bear. That's why having this standing leg a little bent, creating more access, and of course making it work a little harder. You can go fast or steady. 5, 4, 3, 2, woo-hoo. Sorry, that was me trying not to fall over. Bring it in. Side wiggles with the ribs and the shoulders. Relax the shoulders. Lean a little left to right. Floppy arms. Get floppy. 5, 4, 3, 2. When I say floppy, get really ridiculous. And let's bring it in. So now we're moving on to our hand weights. I've got 2 Pilates balls. They're about 2 pounds each, filled with sand, so I like them. So start off, palms facing in towards your hips. We've done this before, perhaps with the arms out to the side, but we're gonna add a little side bend. Huh? What? So the arms come out, and you lean towards the arm that's reaching to the side. Bring it back, down, switch. And down, up, neutral. Reach, dip to the left, bring it down. Right arm forward and back. Now we're going to make it just about the arms. Front and side. I love this one because it makes our left and right brain think a little. Now if you want, now without swinging the arms like you're dancing, can you add a little step? One arm extends to the side, one arm in front, lean and tap, little step. Or step it all the way in. Find an option that works for you. You can take a bigger step with a little mini squat in the middle. Using the exhale, extend the arms. Remember, you can bring it back here or just the arms. Add a little step or a big one. Stay with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it in. If you've got balls, you can bash them. If you've got dumbbells, don't bash them, but pause them at the top. Down and up to shoulder, bring it down. So with these Pilates balls, I can really bash them. If you've got dumbbells, just be careful of your fingertips. So in which case, pause at the top before bringing it down. We're just creating resistance in a different space, but we're still finding that place of resistance. And of course, if you're digging the music, add a step or 2. And if you can't hear the music, you've got music in your soul, music in your heart, dance to that. And 5, 4, 3, 2. If you think we're done with the arms, we're not. Bring it forward. Shoulder height. Use your breath. You can slow it down. And if the weight is getting too much, drop the weight. But see if you can stay with me, at least moving the arms. 5, 4, 3. Stay with me, stay with me. And 1. Bring it down before you think it's over. It's not. Bicep curl, open to the side. This feels like a bit of a break for the shoulders after what we've done, but the shoulders aren't done yet either. And 4, 3, 2. Now take the arms out to about shoulder height. Bring it up and over and drop it down. Squeeze up and down. Try not to let them go too far below the shoulders. It's like you're trying to catch them before they lose the tension. The tension is where all the work happens. If you've got the balls, give them a good bash up overhead. Get rid of some stress or tension. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place both weights in your right hand if you can manage, or just the one. We're going to go for side bends, but we're going to add a little extra. Bend that right knee, lift up the heel. Toes are aligned with each other, and step just a little further out than normal. What we're not doing is moving the hip. The hip stays put. Inhale and exhale it up. So if this is still too tricky, if you're struggling with that one leg balance idea, just drop the heel down and go for the normal side bend. But remember, a side bend is that. It's a side bend, not a forward, not a back, and definitely not a hip movement. Now, if you want to level it up, it's inhale and exhale, diagonally across. Reach the hands so that they're at least over the opposite shoulder. Inhale, exhale it up and over. Inhale, exhale, push it up and over. Using those exhales to give a little extra push, a little extra oomph if you choose. Ultimately, I just care that you keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now before we switch sides, take it back into one weight in each hand. Let's lock and load our twists with the weight in our arms. That means our arms are locked and loaded. Straight arms. Everything is wiggling. Guess what? That's okay. Go as fast as you can. 4, 3, 2, and relax, but switch the weight over into the left hand. So option 1, just a side bend. I like having my hand on my stomach because I can kind of feel what's happening in the belly, or the hand can come to the side of your head. Just make sure you're not tilting from the hip. That next option is take the foot to the side, heel down or heel up. Heel up is going to be harder. And we lean down and exhale it up. Find the variation that challenges you the most, but you can feel strong and confident following it through to the end. And then, of course, leveling all the way up is this diagonal reach up and across. Exhale it up and over. Inhale. Exhale to reach up and over. Focusing on this side bend, and you can make it small. It doesn't have to be big, but wherever you go, make sure that it's your obliques that are doing all the work. It's not your back. Losing my balls. My balls are getting kind of sweaty. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Release palms up, elbows in. I love this one just because so many of us are sitting in front of a computer. Palms up, elbows in, squeeze out. Stay tall through the chest. Just don't add a back bend. It's not this weird funky arch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good news. We get to drop the balls for a little while. But the bad news, but it's not really bad news, is we're going to use our long band, our long flex band. So we're going to start off using it with the legs. We're going to take the band, take it to the floor, step on it. Cross the band over and have the ends coming out where your pinkies are. So your thumbs are pointing down towards this letter X, and you create the tension around your knees and then stand up nice and tall. So you can relax the arms, just don't let go of the band, or you can pull it up a little more and have the hands hovering away from your body to make this more challenging. But all we're doing right now is a little step to the side. Little step to the side. Your hands can rest on your hips. The thighs move a little too much, so make it the hips or hover them in front. That way your upper body is still doing an isometric hold and providing the resistance your legs need for this little side step. 5, 4, 3, 2, and right foot stays. Now it's the left foot. Step it to the side. Bring it in. And we're just softening the knees enough to create a little bounce, but it's not a full squat. Not yet. Little side step. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. forward, straighten the arms, and we're just leaning forward enough so that we're not kind of rubbing our belly with our hands. Straight arms, and we pulse to the side. Lead with a tall, proud chest. Of course, if you're digging music, your body might want to do other things, and maybe it's the music of your heart, the music of your soul that's wanting to shake it up. 4, 3, 2, relax, but don't let go. Come back up. Now it's the right foot. Step it in to the side. And it's just bending into the knees enough to create a little bounce back. You don't have to squat it out. You can make it smaller. And of course, this whole series can be done without the band. You would just then use your hands in front of you as support for balance. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to take the band out of the right foot. We're going to make it so that the long part of the band is more on the left side. Step the foot down. Bring it across to the right. Hold the band with the right hand. Then step up with your right foot and step on the band. Reach down a little lower to make it challenging. Reach up higher to make it less challenging. Your choice. Again, it's a side bend, not forward, not back. Inhale and exhale. And it does not have to be a big movement. In fact, I could even do my rib slide here and make it really awkward but challenging. Or just the side bend. Inhale and exhale it up. Drawing the belly button in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whatever layer you're at, go to about halfway and pulse. Just a little pulse in that same spot, maybe just a few inches up and down. Noticing how the obliques are supporting this movement. And 4, 3, 2, and whew. Relax, take that band out. We're now switching sides. So you need to unravel your band a little bit. Step on it with the right foot. Bring it across to the left. Lift up the left foot, step on it. Reach down. Around kneecap is usually a good challenge height, but you decide what works best. And it's inhale and exhale. Now I can go for a side bend or a rib slide without sliding and dropping, just side to side. The beauty of all these movements is you can target which one feels challenging for you and still honor anything that your body needs with regards to injuries or aches and pains. Find that option. If it's too easy, tighten up the band. If it's too hard, loosen up the band. If it's still too hard, get rid of the band and just go for the side bends. 5, 4, 3, 2, and pulse it on that halfway mark. Try not to let the hips shift to the side. It's not one of these. It's the ribs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it up. Relax. Take that band out. Woo. We're going to do a little bit for the upper body. This time it's targeting triceps. So you can go really hard and double up the band or go midway and do single band. I'm going to go single band so I can actually keep talking. We're going to take the band into our right hand and take it up behind our head and then bend the elbow. So from here, I'm reaching behind with the left and I'm holding it and I'm keeping my left hand anchored to my sacrum. So I'm not letting it move, I'm not going up and down, but I anchor it down and it's just the right arm that squeezes straight up. Now what we're not doing is this great big flare up. We're hugging the ribs in and just taking the arm straight up and down. Keep the elbow pointed up and try not to jam your chin down. Try to stay nice and tall through the spine. Focusing on tricep. Pressing it up and down. Don't worry about how fast you go. In fact, I would rather you go slow and steady. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I don't know about you guys, but that tricep is on fire. Switch sides, same thing. Hold the band in your left hand. Reach the arm up, but drop the shoulder blade down. Bend the elbow. Might take you a moment to find that band. Anchor the right hand down to your lower back, kind of your sacrum, below the belt line. And we just take the arms straight up and down. Check that you're not flaring the ribs, you're hugging the ribs in. But your chin is forward, not jamming it down, which sometimes if you've got a ponytail is a little tricky because that band wants to mess with it. If the band is going slack on the way down, it's probably too loose. Even if you feel it's challenging, see if you can keep tension all the way down, all the way up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Anyone else feel that? Oh, we're done. No, I'm kidding. We still have more class to do, but my arms are done. But of course, we're stubborn, right? So I want you to take the band so that you're holding it where your thumbs are facing inwards towards each other. You're dropping the hands about hip distance apart. Now we're taking the arms straight, but we're not hyperextending. So we're not taking the insides of our elbows forward. We're pulsing it low. Proud chest, staying tall. Now when I say proud chest, it is a chest lift, not a back bend arch. And with this little pulse, it's okay to allow that little pulse to travel up into the chest because we're really trying to think about squeezing that space between our shoulder blades. Creating more of a chest expansion versus a contraction. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax, but don't let go of the band. We're going to loosen the band only a little bit by maybe one extra fist width apart on each side. Now, thumbs still facing the same direction. Bring the arms up, but drop the shoulder blades down. So they don't come all the way up here. Drop the shoulder blades down. Straight arm pull. This is not a bending of the elbows, and it's not flinging. Straight arm, squeezing down and back. And I'll just show a side view in case that helps. Don't pull the shoulder blades up, pull them down. And don't let the ribs flare up. Keep those ribs hugging in. And let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and we release. Now before we go any other balls or toys, we're gonna do a little bit more mobility work to wind things through. So now we've done a whole bunch of stuff, but we're almost going back to the beginning, and part of the beginning we didn't do. Lock those hips in, keep them nice and stable, and just rib slide. Just going side to side, and they don't have to be big. What we're not doing is the hips, that comes after. Side to side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands to your head. Now, soften more into the knees because we want to keep our knees and hips pointed forward. We don't want any of this torque happening. We're going to bring our hands to our head. I love this move. I do it so often. Just bear with me. We twist to the left and extend the arms. Bring it back and we switch. So side view. What I'm not doing is letting my whole body move. It's just the hips locked forward, and I'm moving from my rib cage here, not down here. I'm moving from here. And the arm extension just adds extra length and depth to this twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it in. Oh. So, shake the shoulders out. Shake the shoulders, floppy arms, get silly. And then shake your ribs and chest, or as in shake the girls. Get floppy, get silly, get ridiculous. Woo! Just don't fall over. And now, hip wiggle. It's a twist, but it's still a hip wiggle. 5, 4, 3, 2, and Elvis legs, or wobbly legs, or wibbly legs. Don't worry about what name you're giving them, because it's just the legs going in and out. And see if you can go for a walk with these. Walk it, or don't. Walk, left, right, forward, side, back. I think I had a word that wasn't even English just now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and heels come a little underneath the hips. Circle the knees around and in. Tootsie roll it in and out. Notice that I'm allowing my feet to be part of this movement. And 4, 3, 2, go the other direction. Get a little lower, make those quads work. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's come to one side. If you're using a mat, come to the back end or the side like I am. So this is where, if you have trouble with your knees and you have one of these bigger gym balls, use one of those or use a chair. I'm going to use the floor. If you need to use a coffee table, that's fine. Reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, forward, fold it down. Walk it forward into a plank. And from the plank, make sure you're not sticking your bum up too high. We're going to just gently walk the plank. That means bending one knee while extending the heel of the opposite leg. And then you can add a little speed, little bounce, or slow and steady. If at any point this plank is too challenging, you can drop onto your knees. If you are using a coffee table, just being that little bit higher is going to help ease some of the pressure on the core. You can even come to your forearms. On your forearms, it's a forward and back, or wiggle left to right. But you know how far your spine can move. So make it smaller or bigger, or get onto your knees, get onto your hands. The goal right now is to stay in a plank for as long as you can. I'm adding a little, not quite mountain climber, I'm doing more of a little dance left to right. 5, 4, 3, 2, drop it wherever you need to. Stay in a plank shape. Maybe you can come onto your forearm. Maybe you can stay all the way up here. We're almost done for this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's come onto our side. So wherever you are, we're all the way down onto our side. Come all the way down onto your ribs. And the top leg is going to be bent. The bottom leg is straight, like you're stuck between two panes of glass. Try to not use the free hand for balance. So keeping it up or to the sky or behind your head, feel free to flip me the bird. Take the toes up and just tap your knee or your calf or your ankle, whatever your range of motion is. Tap, kick, tap, kick. You can go down to calf or ankle. Find the range of motion that works for you. Whoop. And of course, try not to roll forward or back, and don't use that hand for balance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, leg up. Rotate the thighs so the toes point forward, and we flex both feet. Now, check that you're still stuck between two panes of glass with both feet flexed. Exhale, float the thighs up off the ground. Still trying not to use your hand for balance. Flex and point the toes. Nice and steady rhythm. Flex and point. You can do them at the same time or take turns. Flex and point, or just step it with both. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now turn this into a little bit of a flutter kick. But don't keep that bottom knee bent. It's not resting. The thigh's not resting. It's floating up. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's, release it down. Bend that bottom leg, bring it forward so that the knee is in line with your hips, and the top leg is behind the bottom leg. That bottom ankle is in line with the knee, so it creates this 90 degree. You're not bringing your heel back, you're bringing it forward. Flex the toes. Now kick it forward, and then point, kick it back. Flex it forward, point it back. Forward and back. Flex forward, point back. Trying to keep your torso stable, and again, try not to use that free hand for balance. This is where we help train our core to support us without reaching for the easy option. We want our core to know how to catch us when we fall forward or when we fall back. I'm exaggerating here. Don't do that. Stay stable. 4, 3, 2, and with this next one forward, figure out the momentum you need to kick it up and come up into seated. We're going to switch sides in a moment, but first, I'm all about those leg wiggles. Get silly, get goofy, get weird. Weird's good. Shake it up. Now, classical saw, but we're doing it slower. This is really more about stretching and winding down. So let's start really small. Bringing your palms in. Left palm comes down while my right hand pushes towards the left. Bring it back and we switch. This is movement for the spine. Now, next option, take the arms out. You can still stay tall and upright, focusing on the thoracic. This is not a lower back move. This is an upper back move. Until you take it a little bit lower, then more of your spine gets involved where you reach. But make sure that that other hand, shoulder is rotating in and under to reach behind you. So I'm rotating in to reach. Lead with a courageous heart. Lead with a brave soul. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Now we're going to bring it around to the other side. Come all the way down on your ribs. All the way down. So fix your pants as required. Now, right now we're tall and long. We're going to bend that knee, bring it up. We're going to figure out what our range of motion is. Ankle, calf, or kneecap, and kick it up and down. But we're not using that hand for balance. Hand can come to your head, up to the sky. You could even put a fingertip to your knee for just awareness. Feel, I've got a little bit of a grindy knee. My cartilage says crunch, 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 but that's okay, I'm not putting any weight on it. Remember, there's the other options around the calf or the ankle. This is my smaller range of motion for my hips because I've had a car accident that this is the side that got hit. 4, 3, 2, One. Now flex the toes, point them forward and bring the leg down. Both legs, both toes, point and flex forward. Exhale, lift up. Flex and point, flex and point. Flex and point, flex and point. You can take turns left and right. And now turn this into flutter kick, front and back. They don't have to be big kicks, but the goal here is to stay as stable as you can through your obliques, using your obliques for the balance, not your hand to support. And don't cheat with having that bottom leg bend and just bending from the knee. See if you can get the whole leg from the thigh bone. The movement starts from the thighs, from the hips. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring that bottom leg forward. Line up the knee with the hip, toes with the knee. Top leg is behind the foot of the bottom leg. Flex the toes, kick it forward and point it back. Forward and back. And again, try not to cheat with the hands on the ground. Flex it forward, point it back. Flex it forward, point it back. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1. This time, instead of swinging the leg up, we're going to swing it around to come onto our back. Checking that our hips are pressing to the ground, so there's a little bit of lift through the tailbone. And just start to wobble the knees left to right. Sometimes we call this the windshield wiper knees. Honestly, for a lot of these, it doesn't really matter what name you call them, as long as you allow the body to release the tension through the hips. And maybe even on your lower back. If this is bothering your lower back, keep your legs together and just a little sway. But I often find, because I'm supported, I'm not putting weight onto the discs, to my vertebrae, this actually is totally okay for my back. So it depends on you. Let's exhale, bring those knees all the way in towards your chest, one hand on each knee. Circle the knees around and away from each other. Circling in and around. Check to see range of motion. Reverse direction if you like. And then let's play around for just a moment. What stretch do you need? Is it a happy baby pose where the feet come up to the sky, shoulder blades down and back? Or maybe it's a twist, maybe it's about the hamstrings. Whatever variation your body is craving, play around. My hamstrings are really tender today, so I'm going to warm them up through a happy baby pose, pressing my hips down on the ground, shoulder blades down, and my heels are somewhere over my knees. I'm not buckling or sickling my ankles. I could even rock a little side to side, gently, not too enthusiastically, because sometimes we end up falling over. You can bring your feet together if this feels okay in your body. My knee isn't happy with that right now, but now it is. So sometimes I just have to give it a little extra kick, and then I'm good. Inhale, release the feet down, reach the arms up all the way overhead. Exhale, circle the arms and reach them towards the knees. One last little activation here. And then a little reach like you're pulling on a rope. Let it be kind of a massage for that space along the mid-back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and hug the knees in, pause, rock a little forward and back until you come all the way seated, and ta-da, you finished Fusion Flow.